And it doesn't surprise me at all, even from back then, that we're standing here today. There was something about these two that clicked, that they got each other, they were good for each other, they filled each other's gaps. It was very apparent that there was something special about them. My name is Jamie Richards. It wasn't that long ago, it doesn't seem like, that both of these two were in my class, high school class, and now here we are. I'd like to take a moment to just, you can close your eyes and take all this in. If you think about it, we've been around, most of us, if we're over 6, for thousands of days, most of us 10,000s of days. But there's not that many that we can actually remember. If you think back 5, 10, 20, 50 years ago, most of the days kind of disappear. Even this last year, if I pull a random date out and said, what happened that day? Probably you're not remember. But there are some days that we do remember. Lucky days, successful days, sad days, and happy days. Our happiest days. This is one of those days, I think, not only for these two, Cody and Calyne, but for all of us here. We're honored to be part of this ceremony. This moment will be a moment we'll remember long into the future. This day is going to be one that stands out. And as we go through this evening, let's remember that, live it, knowing that we're never going to forget this night. Okay. You guys ready to make it legal? Cody, do you take Calyne to be your lawfully wedded wife, promising to love, support, and comfort her through the prosperity and adversity, now and through all eternity?
I do.
Calyne, do you take Cody to be your lawfully wedded wife, husband, sorry. I was doing so well. I even wrote it down. Lawfully wedded husband, promising to love, support, and comfort him through prosperity and adversity, now and through all eternity. Calyne, as you place the ring on Cody's left hand, please repeat after me. With this ring, I share my life, and pledge my faithful love. With this ring, I thee wed.
Show it. With this ring,
I share my life,
I share my life,
and pledge my faithful love with this ring I thee wed.
Shove it.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as a Deputy Commissioner of Civil Marriage, I now pronounce you legally married. You may now kiss. Family and friends, I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Cody Thompson. It finally happened!
You say you'll be down at 5. The smell of your perfume is floating down the stairs. You're fixing up your hair like you do.
I know that I'll be a mess the second that I see you, but you won't be surprised. It happens every time, it's nothing new.
It's always on a night like tonight. I thank God you can read my mind.
'Cause when you look at me with those eyes,
I'm speechless, staring at you standing there in that dress. What it's doing to me ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. I'm speechless.
it started when you said hello. Just did something to me, and I've been in a daze ever since the day that we met.
You took the breath out of my lungs, can't even fight it. And all of the words out of my mouth without even trying. And I'm speechless, staring at you standing there in that dress. What it's doing to me ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. And I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time I'm just as nervous every time you walk into the room. I'm speechless. Yeah, baby. It's always on a night like tonight. I thank God you can read my mind.
Yeah, 'cause when you look at me with those eyes, I'm speechless.
Standing there in that dress.
Oh, babe.
Girl, it ain't a secret, 'cause watching you is all that I can do. Oh, I'm speechless. You already know that you're my weakness. After all this time I'm just as nervous every time you walk